We're live. Hello, my name is Jamie J, and running into a couple technical difficulties today, but we're going to get this thing sorted. And we'll go ahead and get started with a week in review with Jamie, myself, and Sarah here in just a moment. Let's see if we can go ahead and get this intro going. So stay tuned. We'll be right there to talk about building and updating systems and processes. See you in just a moment. Hey, hello. Oh, what's going on with it?
Good morning. What?
Yeah, it's not on that side.
That's okay.
Here, I'll get it. I'll organize. We're getting there. Nothing like live on the fly stuff.
There you go.
Forgetting.
Oh, perfect.
Did it work?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a studio. You can stop doing that. It looks great.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I'm in this perfect studio.
Lo and behold, if we took the camera and showed you what was really going on in this place, it would be not good.
So, how's everybody's Friday? Good Friday. Everybody's back to a full work week, right? So, it's time to dive into, first of all, a drink of coffee.
Yeah, so we're having a little green screen kind of challenge this morning, but heck, we're just going with it.
Yeah.
So,
doesn't bother me. Does it bother you? No.
So, hey, thanks for tuning in. For those of you that are here, I see two of you on there. Please ask us questions and participate with our chaos here this morning. We are going to be talking about building and updating systems and processes. If you're not familiar with what we do here, I got to show these graphics because I love them. There's my beautiful wife there. Look at me just staring into her. No. Okay, so
I didn't even know.
So we're going to be talking about building and updating systems. But if you haven't tuned in, this is a special version of Live with Bottleneck that we like to do. We've been gone, so happy 2021. We made it.
We made it.
We made it.
We made it.
And so what we do is we like to talk about some of our challenges, what we did to overcome them, or maybe we didn't, and what we're realizing happens. And then also, what are we doing in the future? It kind of gives you an inside look into what we do here at Bottleneck. And we hope that some of the things that we share with you, maybe something experiences that you're going through that will help stop the bottleneck in your business, because I'm the bottleneck. Take full responsibility for being the bottleneck in our business. And so, without any further ado, we can just kind of hop into this. And again, if you have any questions or comments, suggestions, anything like that, please ask away. We'd love to hear what you're thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about what's happened. Knowing that building systems and processes are really important to us. One of our favorite sayings I've learned from a good friend, Scott Beebe: do something as if it's the last time you're ever going to do it. And that means document everything that you're doing. If you are not ready to hire somebody right now, not even considering it, it's not even on your radar, the best thing that you can do to prepare for that day, when that day may come, is to prepare your systems and processes in a very orderly, detailed fashion. Every time you click the mouse button, that's a step. Write it down. Because being ambiguous,
I'm writing it all down.
being ambiguous when it comes to creating a workflow or a process is going to definitely set you up for failure. And what's in your brain here, what's in her brain there, I'll never be able to figure that out as much as she wants to. Like, Jamie, what do you always tell me?
Can you just read my mind, please?
Yeah. Don't you know what I'm thinking? Right? It would be a talent. If I would not, if I wanted a superhero talent, I wouldn't want to be able to fly. I wouldn't want to be invisible. I would be able to read her mind. And then I'd be in good shape. So That being said, how do we get that information that's in our head out? A lot of us have these businesses that are our babies, right? Do you take care of your baby? Do you take care of your kids? Do you love your kids? Do you try to do everything for them? The same thing in your business. You want to take care of it properly. So if you are maybe looking to hire a nanny or a babysitter, do you check references? What do you do when you go to hire that nanny or that babysitter? This is your children you're talking about. You have to be specific in the details. You have to make sure that they're going to be a good person, that they're going to show up on time, that you can leave, go out to dinner, or have your date night with your significant other, and have the confidence to know that your children are being looked after, not only up to the expectations you have, but maybe even exceed those expectations. And we've all been there in a position where we've had a babysitter and we didn't want that babysitter to leave because they were perfect. They were awesome. They were doing a really good job, but they had to move on. What happens then? It's the same thing in business. You need to be able to make sure that if you're going to be giving someone access to your baby, your business, you need to make sure that, number one, you can trust them. You have the confidence they're going to perform everything up to your level of standards or higher. And the third thing is that you're not going to have to worry, waste headspace, wondering whether or not things are getting done or worrying. That's one of the biggest challenges with business owners today, is worrying and making sure things are getting done properly. Now, that's where workflows and processes come into place. The more detailed you can be about these, starting from day one, you want to be able, you may not even know what their systems or processes are. You may think you have them, but I would challenge you to go through and start small. Take next time you send out an email, what did you do? You logged in to your email, you turned it on, you looked at the first email, you decided based on what that email is, whether it's trash, delete it, or is this something that needs to be responded to right now? Can I have someone else respond to this email? Write all of that stuff down. This is one task now that you will have built out a system for. For me, I have, these are important emails. These are personal emails. These are, something that I need to respond to right away. This is something I want to save. There's different folders that I set up in my email. Actually, Raina helped me set these up, but there's a system there. So when I go in and look at the emails in the morning, I spend 5 to 10 minutes, not 45 minutes like I used to.
Like I do.
Imagine, like she spends 45. I know a lot of people. And how many of those emails are trashed?
Oh my gosh, so many.
80% maybe? This is stuff that I don't need to worry about. But I have a process for it, a system, a workflow, so that I can delegate this. Now, this, for a lot of people, this is a big trust issue.
Huge.
Right? You're looking at my emails. Like, what if we get a tax email or, I don't know, a personal email from Aunt Charlene, right? You just, like, what happens in that scenario? I've talked to a lot of people that are, frankly, not ready to kind of release access yet. I will tell you right now, you need to get over that. If you want to grow your business, if you want to do some amazing things and helps companies out or other people out with your products or your services, you need to get over that. It's a challenge, but if you have systems and processes in place, it gives you the confidence to jump over those hurdles. And I will say one more thing about trust. It is impossible to know what I'm thinking in my head. So if I do something as if it's the last time I'm ever going to do it, and I document everything and I give that to someone else, they review it, they report back to me and say, okay, this is exactly what you want me to do. Is that correct? And I say, yes. I now have the confidence level that they'll be able to do it up to my level of standards. Now, do I need to watch it in the beginning? Of course, I need to watch it. But before long, and this is the biggest difference between dedicated distant assistants and virtual assistants, they're going to understand what my tone is, what my voice is, how I respond to emails. They understand my vision, my mission, our core values, right? The vision is, where do we want to take this thing? Where do we see ourselves in the future? The mission is the daily objectives in which we get that stuff done in order to hit that vision or to strive towards that vision. And then the core values are how we make our decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And then our point of view, which is very important. You must have a point of view to offer clarity. Our point of view is we help CEOs stop doing the wrong things so they can focus on doing their best work. Super simple,
Mm-hmm.
but very powerful, impactful. If you can find somebody to help you with that and understand everything that you believe in, all of a sudden the confidence level goes through the roof and you don't have to worry about that. Again, that points back to building and updating systems and processes. And we specifically said building and updating systems and processes because systems and processes are living, breathing aspects of your business. Once you finish building these, the work's just beginning.
Mm-hmm.
It's harder in the beginning because
Mm-hmm.
after you've built it, now you have the foundation for that. But when you grow, you're going to find different friction points, and you're going to need to keep reinventing or keep adding to, or once a challenge is here, how do we fix that? Something that we couldn't have thought about before, but now that something has happened, usually in the form of a challenge,
Mm-hmm.
we've been able to address that.
Yeah. So, and we had some challenges this week.
We did.
There were some challenges, and one was not communicating effectively. Yes, I instructed for this to happen, A, B, C to happen, but there wasn't the communication back and forth. And Jaime, right away, he's like, well, I see what the issue is. And I'm like, well, tell me, because I don't see that big picture like Jaime does. And he's just got the mindset to just see it. So the issue was, the projects, the tasks, they are delegated, comfortable with delegating them. However, there was no time frame attached to it. And it could be that the delegator didn't know to attach a time frame from it, didn't know how long it would take, or the delegatee,
the person being delegated to.
They were unaware that, okay, is this something I should prioritize? How many days do I think this would take me to complete? And if I can't complete it within that time frame, what do I do next? So this had never been communicated before. And this was a roadblock, super simple to overcome. And all it takes is communication and asking the question. So what was, as soon as you saw this happen, what was your response? Your immediate response?
Yeah. So what I did is there was a challenge, and things weren't getting done in a timely manner, and the communication was kind of failing and dropping off.
Mm-hmm.
So when I asked the assistant, I said, okay, so tell me about what you believe this project to be and how long it should take you. And the person answered, she said, about a week. Or she said, no, she didn't. She goes, a few days. And I said, okay, define few. Well, when we do this and this, I said, no, what do you mean by few? What does few mean? And she said about a week. And immediately the client responded back as, oh, no, that should be done in a day, in less than 10 minutes, as a matter of fact. I saw the big, huge disconnect there. So I said, okay, so when this task is done, it needs to be done in 10 minutes or less. Do you understand that? Yes. It needs to be done that same day. Yes. So how long is it going to take you to do this? Less than a day. And now we know that it's there. The important part of that, the two things that I took out of that was, number one, when delegating this, get a due date on that. Number two, make sure that work is done. And once it's done, have that person follow up with the person that delegated the task to them, letting them know this task is complete. Now I know that task is complete. It's not swimming around in my head. I'm not wondering, oh my gosh, do I have to go check it, and wasting time going in, checking to see if it's done. Okay, good, it's done, right? Make sure those things are done. Now, here's the thing about a due date. Due dates are extremely important. And some people will fight me on this. This is what I believe, and this is what I found after dealing with this for 16 years of delegation. Due dates are so important because it gives somebody an opportunity to complete a project at a certain time based on communication, input, what is involved, and how that's going to work. Now, do all tasks finish on time? I'd love to hear your answer. It's going to be no.
No.
Right? There's things that come up. Things come up, or things we don't even know about, that it would be impossible for a certain task to be done at a certain time, right? So if I gave you, any of you, a due date by tomorrow to write a book, could you do that? No, it's illogical, right? Maybe you could.
Well, but
maybe you could.
The communication. Do you want a book? Like I write one word on each page?
Yeah.
You know, like a preschooler's book?
Yep.
Or do you want a novel?
Yep.
You know, a Stephen King novel, or, you know, the history of the world?
Exactly. It's all about that.
Mm-hmm.
However, I can say, okay, I want you to write this book for me tomorrow. You may respond back with, okay, no problem. Or, you know what? I can't do that, but give me about 30 days and I can, or give me 6 months and I can. And then with that information that I'm armed with now, I can think, okay, well, that makes sense. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Let's meet weekly. Let's do something to achieve that deadline. Now, in this case, it was an opportunity that it was a deadline that, you know, if it's a 10-minute task, but not super high priority, I might say, I want this done and make sure the due date is by Wednesday or by Monday. Well, then that gives an opportunity for the assistant to come back and say, you know what, I can't finish it on Monday because you have me doing this, this, and this. Can we set it for Tuesday? Sure, no problem. When Tuesday comes around, whether it's finished or not, there needs to be confirmation and an update with regards to that due date. Either, hey, it's done. Hopefully it's done before then. Or, you know what, it didn't get done because of this, this, and this, and I need additional information for this. Or maybe I sent you an email and I didn't get a response back and I'm following up again today. But there's that communication. So on due date, on those deadlines, it's really important that communication has led up to that deadline so that we're not surprised, number one. But on smaller tasks where a due date might be today or tomorrow, communicate.
Mm-hmm.
It's super simple. I didn't hit it because or it's done. Here you go. So I like to work with all of our assistants here, have set up due dates with them. And what's nice is now, it took a little while, but they have the confidence now to tell me, Jamie, there's no way I can build a website by tomorrow. I can't do it. Can I get till Thursday?
Right.
You know?
Because anybody that works for you, what you're initially going to say, the boss asked me to do something. Yes, yes, yes. I'm a yes person. But you can't be a yes person.
Mm-mm.
And what was happening, what we were seeing was the trust was dropping off. Like it went like this.
Yep.
And so as soon as we recognized what the issue was, the trust is back because there's accountability, because there's communication. It's just huge. Communication is just, I think that's the key to everything. It's like the cornerstone.
It really is. So I want to go into specifics about a workflow and how we build a workflow here. And then we'll talk about, you know, some of the hurdles we have and what we're doing next week and all that stuff. So here's how we go and we set up a system. We have maybe, I don't know, what's something that we do in a system. When we set up a system, it's any time that system is going to be a repeatable task.
Well, let's go what we're going through right now.
What's
Change in hours for a DA.
Perfect. We have a problem because we have a client that changed her hours. She wanted to go from one plan into another plan. We dropped the ball. Plain and simple.
I dropped the ball.
And Bottleneck dropped the ball on that one. And the reason why we dropped the ball is because we didn't have a step-by-step process in place. So a message went out, it was unanswered. And then we've tried to figure out, okay, what's going on here? And we have the wrong people within our organization talking to the client or whatever. And there's just no way you're ever going to be able to solve everything 100% with no challenges. But when they do present themselves, take advantage of that opportunity as an educational opportunity. So what happened?
So
without going into too much detail.
Right. So there's so many things working in this. You know, there's invoicing involved. There's communicating with the DA on the hours, what the actual hours they want to be. There's calculation of, okay, this date. So there's so many working parts in this, and we had too many hands in and too many people communicating. And if I was a client, I would have been a little confused. I mean, I want to talk to one person and let's get this taken care of. So I went in, we had a meeting, and we talked about it. Okay, so where's the bottleneck within our systems and processes? We needed a new process because we hadn't really come across this before. So now we're looking at it from, the mile high view. Okay, now we've got to go in and pick it out piece by piece. And now I'm going in and looking at what parts of of it that I work with directly, then what parts this team member works with, what parts this team member works with, so we can come up with a plan to present to the client. And while we were doing this, then we realized we need to send out a notification because we have a new team member that's not being utilized to their capabilities, and another that's a little overwhelmed and doing too much. And we need to get that. We need to level that out. We need the delegation to go to the correct person.
So in about a 10-minute call, 10 minutes.
I have a lot to say.
Yeah, no, but that's good though, because in a 10-minute call with me, Sara, and our other team member, we figured it out.
Mm-hmm.
We know exactly what to do in 10 minutes. Instead of just kind of figuring this one out and then going on to the next thing.
Mm-hmm.
No, in 10 minutes, we figured out what we need to do to write out a step-by-step plan on how we're going to deal with this specific issue. It will present itself again.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be people that come on board with us part-time, love the experience, and are going to go up to full-time.
Mm-hmm.
And there might be
and quicker than they need to.
Yeah.
And that's the challenge. So, okay, so pricing's all different, and there's calculations to be done, and there's new authorizations to be signed, to be sent out, and they have to be signed in a timely fashion. And there's so much more to it than you could ever imagine.
You have to update terms and conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is a new experience. It brings into, contractual obligations and all of that kind of stuff. And we want to make this look like it's nothing for the side of the client.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty big on the internal operations side.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really important for us to go through that. So that's what we do now. In 10 minutes, we created a plan. We're now Sara's working on the roles, the responsibilities for each team member, where they're going to come in, who talks to who talks to the client, who talks to the DA, who talks, and everything will be handled. Now what we need to do is figure out how long that's going to take us. And I think it's a couple days, maybe. It's not going to take us long.
Maybe.
But once we do that, we'll get all parties involved. We'll let them know. We'll put it in our workflow manual for any changes in subscription plans. Here's the workflow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Subscription change workflow. Now we never have to worry about this again. We can literally go click on our little linked table of contents in our workflow manual. It'll take us to the step-by-step process for changing a subscription and who's responsible for what aspect of that operation. Done. But the stress that I had this morning,
he had a ton.
Which, it's not like massive stress. Even a little bit of stress can pile up and pile up and pile up. And the stress that I had was, wait, this wasn't handled? And why wasn't this handled? And who was responsible? Ultimately, these are all questions I'm asking myself when it should be me taking on this responsibility. But all I did was, I said, okay, you know what? We need to hop on a call. We need to get this sorted. And we did. This is a big deal for you out there that own your business, that run your business. Pay attention to these small things, because those are what add up. And those are what gives you that feeling of overwhelm.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't address those situations and find out what that small little tweak is, like for us, that small little tweak the other day was define few.
Mm-hmm.
And we found out the biggest problem was one person was thinking this was the expectation. The other person was thinking this. As soon as we married those thoughts together, done. We knew where the problem was. And we identified it. So that's really important to understand. And this is what updating systems and processes and building systems and processes will help you do.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Absolutely.
So what's next? What challenges did we have?
Challenges. So for me personally, not related within the business, but I was challenged because this made me think about our company and how we work on systems and processes. So I had a challenge with a vendor, not business, but personal. And I was trying to educate them on, so I had to do, 15 steps and it took me 2 hours to take care of something that I should have just been able to go to your website and see right there. Super simple. And all I wanted to do was communicate this to someone. I wanted them to know that I had a super frustrating experience because their process was not logical. It wasn't easy. It wasn't user-friendly. That was my challenge. And in fact, it's something I would like to talk about next week, but that really was my challenge. And it made me step back and look, all right, so how about us? How do we do that internally? This is what we do. I would love to share this with everybody and everybody to just be, as system and processes oriented as we are. Everything should be a learning experience. Everything. If you have a client or someone that's upset, what's their point of friction? Why are they stressed? Why are they upset? And then you go, okay, I can make this better. I don't want them to be upset. I don't want them to be stressed. I want them to be happy after they talk to me or if they go to my website, etc. So
I love that. And on the flip side, Sara had a challenge with an integration tool that we use for our contracts. It's a company called Get Accept.
Yep.
And the reason I'm saying the company is, you can tell them, we were really impressed.
Oh, absolutely. They're super quick. As soon as you chat, they're answering you. Even if you might have to wait 5 minutes, they let you know right then. Hold on, we'll be right with you. And you get little chats. It's not like being on forever hold. But they were really quick to jump on and everything was taken care of. Oh, this is your issue. There's a little technical thing here. And they
cared.
Yes. And they scheduled a Zoom meeting, which shocked me. You won't get a Zoom meeting from many companies to help you walk you through a process. They just want to send you to the frequently asked questions.
But if you call their sales number, they'll be right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's one thing that we want to pride ourselves on. If somebody has a challenge or a problem, we are not running.
Mm-mm.
If someone has a sales, we'll be right there. Don't get us wrong.
Right.
But if someone also is a current client of ours or a DA, one of our distant assistants, has a challenge, we're right there.
Yeah.
So we put as much emphasis on the customer service side, those things that we don't like doing. Maybe we have an upset client, maybe there's something going wrong. You know what? Kill it with kindness. Address it with kindness, rather. And that's what this guy did. I heard how nice he was talking to Sara, and it blew me away. And boy, you needed it. You needed some
absolutely
nice customer service at that point.
Yeah, it was, and everything was taken care of. We hit a roadblock. We're like, oh my gosh, this should have gone out Monday, and it wasn't happening because of technical issues. And wow, within, and I wasn't like calling and, okay, who do I talk to? There was no question. It was like, this person, and I'm going to get you in contact with the person that's going to take care of this right now. And that person actually jumped on the chat. So it wasn't like I had to wait for a phone call or an email. They jumped on right away and they said, here. I said, oh, can you send me your Zoom link because I haven't received the email invite? Sure, here it is. I'm like, great. I'll put it in myself. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, definitely not like NHL TV.
No, I don't like them.
So anyways, so those were some of the challenges that we've had this last week. Coming back to work was kind of nice after a 10-day break.
Mm-hmm.
I think we had about a 10-day break.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice and refreshing. What's really cool too is a lot of people that we've been interacting with, everybody seems to be very energetic. They're excited about the new year. And so that was kind of nice to see, coming back into this and coming back together with the team and everybody talking about their stories and how much time they had to relax and sleep and stuff like that was kind of cool. Should
we tell them about the fun we had on our last team meeting of the year?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we had a team meeting. We have it every Wednesday morning, but this time we made it a scavenger hunt. So it was a Zoom scavenger hunt, and it was so much fun. So we, the whole team, nobody knew. Jaime and I came up with a list of just random things around them that they had to have and show to us. Random things like a living plant. So one of our team members, and you got to remember, it's the middle of the night in the Philippines for some of these people, ran over to his neighbor's house and came back with a potted plant off their front porch.
It was awesome. That would be Mike D right here.
Yeah.
If you can see him.
Magic Mike D. He's awesome. It was so much fun. And one of our team members actually got injured trying to go get something.
Yeah. That would be Momon.
Yeah. And it was so much fun. So we had the grand champion, and then we had the very last place grand champion.
We had the last place champion.
It was, oh my gosh, we had so much fun. We just love our team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're family.
Yeah.
And that's what we want, our clients. We want them to have the relationship with their DA that we have with ours. And we have numerous, and they can reach out to us at any time. We're accessible. They can talk to us about anything. We're not, we don't have a heavy hand.
No. Well, it's good. It's really enjoyable. So we have a couple things coming up. One of the things, and I'm going to do a separate video on this, but I have my word of the year for 2021. I'm super excited to share that with people. So we're going to be rolling that out. I've been doing it since 2018 now, so it's kind of fun to see, go back and see what I was thinking about during previous years and stuff like that. So that's rolling out. And then we are so close to rolling out our new onboarding process. We've been working really hard on that the last 6 months, and it's really cool to see it come together. So COVID for us was kind of a blessing in disguise, because we took the opportunity of a little bit of downtime based on, clients leaving and things like that, and businesses shutting down, which was a challenge. But we took the time to really build up the business operations and systems and processes and workflows. And we're really excited to launch that. So that's stuff that we're doing all this first month. And then also what I'm going to be doing is the last Wednesday of every month, I think it's going to be right around 9 o'clock or 9:30, somewhere in there, Central Standard Time. I'm going to be doing, I'm writing a book this year. So this is a big step for me to say that I'm writing a book, because I'm writing a book and it's not out. So I'm doing some accountability right now. But the last Wednesday of each month, we're going to focus on 4 different areas: culture, leadership, systems and processes, and hiring. Those are the 4 parts of the book that I'm going to be writing about. And then what I'm going to do is at the last Wednesday of each month, it'll either be myself and someone else that will be leading a conversation about one of those 4 areas to help business owners stop the bottleneck in their business. So it's not going to be live with Bottleneck, but I'm going to be hopefully putting all of this together so that I can build a network around people that are interested in these 4 areas of business. And hopefully in August of 2021, my goal is to be able to pre-sell some of these books so that we have a really good launch. My goal for this book is 2 things. Number 1, kind of like a business book. A business card. I want to be able to say, hey, here's this book. Maybe it'll help me book some speaking engagements where I can spread the word, things like that. The second part of this is I hope I can make a difference in someone's lives, because I'm working really hard on this book. And, I just want people to kind of, I've been doing this for 16 years. I want to be able to share my expertise, and hopefully something that I've done through all my different interviews. I think I've interviewed 15 people at this point. I'm talking about big time executive interviews with people from Walmart and other things like this, from their executive leadership teams. And they've given me a lot of really powerful information that I want to be able to share with you. So I'm really excited about that. And so this book launch is going to be comprised of 8 different 8 different kind of webinar type things. And I'm excited. I'm looking into this new software called ViewStub that I might be using. I talked with the gentleman, the owner of it the other day, Spencer Elliott. And thank you so much, Trey Taylor, for introducing to him. But it's a really cool way of delivering information, having breakout rooms, doing these kind of live webinars. It's a really neat piece of software. So go check that out. It's called ViewStub. And so, yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to right now for that planning. And thank the Lord for the team and our systems and processes that we've integrated. If it hadn't been for that, it wouldn't give me the freedom to be able to explore the opportunity of writing a book and also how to figure out the marketing process for it. What do you have coming?
Let's see. Well, working on the workflows, of course, because things are changing. I've got to make sure that it's kind of communicating, like, everybody gets the terms of service. Does everybody read it? A lot of times you just click the check there. And I'm trying to find a way. How do you communicate the terms of service in a fun, engaging way that's not read this, you must read this, and I want you to remember every word of it. No. Make it. Can you gamify it? I don't know. What can I do? Because I don't want clients to have an expectation in the back of their mind, and then it's not really what it should be because they didn't read the terms of service. Now they just tick the box. And this is not that anybody's right or wrong. I just want expectations to be set. I don't want surprises for anybody. I want everybody to be happy and go, oh yeah, I know. Okay, so this, Sarah, this is what I need to do, and I realize what I need to do. So perfect. Let's move forward with this. That's my goal. That's what I'm working in. And I start my first guitar lesson on Monday. I'm super stoked. Jamie got the guitar with new strings. Everything's ready to go for me. So
thanks to Springfield Music, they dialed in the old acoustic and brought it back to life.
Yep. So I'm gonna learn to play the guitar. Don't know how well that'll be because my hands are not very agile. I will tell you, Jamie and I did a 21-day cleanse.
Oh my gosh.
And all of the so my mom's hands I have her hands, but her fingers are kind of starting to curl and do that crossing thing, with the fingers. And I was starting to have arthritic pain in my hands. I don't anymore. It's gone. I have eliminated dairy from my diet. You probably don't even want to know this stuff, but I think it's fascinating that I have been able to be pain-free in my hands for now completely for 3 weeks now, a little over 2 weeks complete. So yay. Reach out to me if you want to know about it.
Yeah, it was challenging. So you notice I love my coffee, absolutely love coffee. And she got me for Christmas, what was it, coffee?
Black Rifle coffee.
Black Rifle, unbelievable Black Rifle coffee. If you like coffee, check that out. It's really good. Anyways, no coffee, no caffeine. I had a headache for about 9 days straight.
Yeah, I had a headache too.
She did let me take an Excedrin, which has caffeine in it, and that alleviated the headache, but I only did that once.
Mm-hmm.
She offered it twice, but I said no the second time. So we were pretty strict with the diet. We had no meat, definitely no alcohol, no dairy, no cheese. I didn't have any cheese.
No sugar.
No sugar. And for that last week or 2 weeks?
Last week we were completely vegan.
Completely vegan. So in the beginning, I felt a little, like I was, but as time went on, I was feeling a little bit better. Now I did miss my coffee. I still miss eating the cheese, and I still really don't. Did I have any cheese yet?
I think you had it on your salad last night.
Maybe on my salad. Mm-hmm. I had some cheese on my salad, but it's kind of changed I wanted to have dessert last night, and she said, no dessert. So I had no dessert.
I know, I felt really bad.
So that was good. And I think it's okay to indulge every once in a while. But we were going out quite a bit, and we were eating pretty cruddy, and like we were having bacon and stuff every morning and eggs, and so we've kind of curtailed that. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing wrong with us doing it once or twice a week instead of maybe 3, 4, 5 times a week, maybe mm-hmm. 6. And then we haven't had any bread. No bread. And I lost 18 pounds in 21 days. and I've gained a couple back. You know, New Year's, we went out and had some cocktails, and I had a steak and a half because she didn't finish hers, and I was like, yum, yum,
They
yum.
were huge.
They were really good.
They were.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. Big shout out to Ben and Alita.
Alita and Ben. Yeah. Thank you for having us over. That was amazing. And then, we, like last night, we had a steak, but we had a salad, and I didn't get, you know, mashed potatoes or anything like that. I got, you know, some greens, and so I'm trying to be healthier. I'm drinking a lot more water now. And Sara, you're looking fantastic as always. She lost some weight, but it was a neat experience to kind of just flush our system out. I understand alcohol stays in your system for 9 or 10 days, so we just totally detoxed from everything that we were eating, and you know, I felt better. I lost some weight. My pants are fitting a little looser, and I've been tired in the mornings a little bit more lately. And it's been hard for me to go to bed, but as soon as I finally get in to go to bed, I just fall asleep quickly. But all in all, it's been a great experience.
Fantastic. And I wasn't sleeping through the night. Like, I was laying in bed, not able to fall asleep. When I finally fell asleep, then I'd wake up at like 3 a.m, and then I just felt like I laid there forever, and finally was like, I'm just going to get up. Mm-hmm. And so then I was tired and cranky, and I am sleeping through the night, like waking up, and I haven't moved in the bed. The covers are the same way as when I went to sleep. Mm-hmm. Last night, we went and had dinner at this wonderful local steakhouse, and I didn't have steak, but I had salmon. It was good, but I did have a cocktail, and I woke up in the middle of the night last night, and I'm like, I don't like this. So it's amazing what it does for your body to get all those toxins out. But yeah, everything in moderation.
Yep. Yeah. So it just kind of helped us be aware of it. You know, we're not getting any younger, and it's something that can easily be done. So moving forward, what we've done together and decided as a couple is we fast on Monday. Mm-hmm. So we only drink
like 36 hours. So from Sunday night until Tuesday morning.
Yeah. Well, not 36 hours.
We don't eat again until Tuesday morning.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. So we fast on Monday. We have water. I have coffee, but nothing else. No food at all. And that's hard. But then Tuesday and Wednesday is low carb day. Mm-hmm. Thursday and Friday is medium carbs. Mm-hmm. And then Saturday, Sunday is high carbs.
High carbs, yeah. And I'm not talking like we're going to go out and eat 3 pizzas each. It just means that, okay, it's all right to have more, say, oats or more rice.
Or even Italian on Saturday and Sunday. I mean, and that's not something that Sara likes because it's too heavy. But for me, heck yeah, I'll dive into that noodle.
I can't have gluten, so
yeah,
it affects me.
Yeah. So, and it does affect me too in a very positive way.
It makes him very happy. It's got a Buddha baby.
But my Buddha is getting smaller. But that's okay though, because you know, that's part of it. And it's not cheat day, it's nothing like that. It's just normal life, and it's a reward. So it's okay. Just be careful about it. And that's what we realize. And so that's what we're doing. And yeah, it's kind of fun to go down that journey. What else?
Gosh, I think that's it.
Okay.
So we just have, you know, it's 2021. It's a fantastic year to do your best, and spread kindness in whatever you do. Pay it forward, pay it back, whatever you feel like doing. I'm super excited for this year, and I'm super excited for what this year is going to bring us.
I am too. And I just I'm going to put this out there. I'm going to put this link out there for you guys to see. This right here, and we can probably put this in the chat too, but this is called the cost comparison calculator that we did. And what's really neat, this is one of our new lead magnets. And basically what it does is it gives you an opportunity to find out how much it costs in real time. Let me see if I can share this with you guys. I mean, maybe it's a Chrome tab. Yeah, there we go. see if you guys can see that. Look at that beautiful mug. And basically what you do is you just put all the information in here. And then when you go down to the bottom, it's going to tell you how much money you can save by hiring a dedicated distant assistant. And so you go to bottleneck.online/cost comparison BNDA, or I think it's Bottleneck here. It might be. Let's see. Yeah. See, this one's better because this has Sara on it. So cost comparison Bottleneck. And it's the same thing, but it's a really neat tool because it takes into consideration a lot of the hidden fees, the true cost of an employee per hour. And we've gotten some really positive feedbacks. So you can see how much you're going to save. And then, of course, schedule a free consultation with us.
That's funny.
So if you want to schedule a consultation with us, we would love to hear from you. Oh, I'm going to make sure we get that. Okay. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Anything you want to say?
What's the process? Who do I tell, or who do you tell? Who's going to tell who that is misspelled?
I am going to tell RJ. RJ on Tuesday celebrated his 6th year with us. Mm-hmm. So super excited for him. And said next month we'll be celebrating his 5th year with us. Yeah. So pretty excited to see these anniversaries come up. They're amazing. RJ is an amazing developer, and said is an amazing designer. So stoked to have them on board. So yeah, I guess that's about it. This has been a week in review with yours truly and my beautiful wife, Sara. You can learn more by visiting Bottleneck.Online. If you want to get in touch with us, go to info@Bottleneck.Online or
Sara@Bottleneck.Online.
No H. You can find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter. We're also on Instagram. I'm trying to figure out all these social media sites. I'm not very good on them yet, so we'll get there. Facebook, I'm all right on. The other sites, I'm just kind of sucking. But yeah, come check us out, Bottleneck.Online. Let us know what we can do to help support you and stop the bottleneck in your business. Remember, create your own ripple. Is there anything else?
Nope.
That's it. Have an unbelievable Friday.